welcome back. Today we're making some potato cookies. These are actually a French dish called Duchess potatoes, made from the ingredients you see here. We're going to roast some garlic. So you're going to take a full bowl, cut it in half. We're going to place it on some tin foil and cover it in olive oil. Then, what you're going to want to do is you're going to put a little salt, a little pepper on it. After you got it seasoned up, we're going to just fold that tin foil up around the garlic. We're going to toss in the oven at 400 for 45 minutes. Just leave it in there. Take a large pot and let's start boiling some ocean water. While we're waiting for that water to start boiling, what we're going to do is we're going to start peeling some potatoes. Now, the main ingredient of Duchess potatoes is, of course, potatoes. And to be completely honest, golden potatoes are probably a better choice because they give this dish a more buttery flavor, but russet potatoes were actually used in the original recipe in the 1700s back in France. With saying that, russet potatoes are actually the only potatoes I had, so that's what I went with. Now that your potatoes are peeled, we're going to go ahead and chop these up. I cut the potato in half long ways, and then I just turn it on its side and cut it. We're just cutting it into large chunks, that way it can boil more efficiently and evenly. So once you're done, go ahead and drop those in your boiling water. We're going to let those boil until they're fork tender. Now, crack 2 eggs into a bowl. We're going to separate the yolks from the eggs. Now, there's other ways to do this, such as letting it fall between the 2 egg halves until the yolk comes out, or even the bottle method. But this method is just simple because, you don't need much skill to do it. You just use your hands, you reach in, and you pull the yolks out. But I can show you the other methods in another video. Set your egg yolks aside, and we're going to start grating some cheese. I use Parmigiano Reggiano and also some smoked Gruyere. I would recommend keeping the Parmesan, but the other cheese, it's completely optional in what you use. And honestly, American cheese would work, Swiss cheese would work. You could pretty much use anything you want at that point, as long as the second cheese you choose gets you to the right amount you need for the recipe. Don't forget the cheese tax. These guys are so patient with me, so they definitely deserve it. By the time you're done cutting up and shredding your other ingredients, the potatoes should be done boiling, and we're just going to strain those and let them sit for a moment so they can release some moisture. Next, we're going to press the potatoes through your strainer, and what this is going to do is this is going to get rid of all the impurities, and it's going to give you an amazing consistency. I also recommend doing this with mashed potatoes. Remember that garlic from earlier? We're going to take that, after it cools, we're going to squeeze it into this potato mixture. When it's all said and done, we're going to have more of a dough-like consistency. Add in all your cheese, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, ground pepper, salt. Give it a light mix until everything starts getting a little bit incorporated. Then we're going to toss in our 2 egg yolks. I actually forgot to add my spices earlier, so we're adding a little bit of parsley and thyme, and then we're going to mix it in. Now that we got everything actually in our dough consistency, I'm going to actually transfer this into a Ziploc bag. Now you can actually put this into a piping bag, but this is another way you can do it. It's very simple, and especially since most people don't actually have piping bags at home, you just put it all into a bag, and then what you're going to do is you're going to roll it up into a corner, and then you'll end up cutting the corner, and it'll allow you to pipe the mixture onto whatever surface you want to pipe it onto. So I have added some parchment paper to a baking tray, and that's what I'm going to use as my cooking surface. So I'm just going to take that and I'm going to pipe it into a little pile. And, you know, this is probably not the best way to do it, but you can go about it this way. Essentially, we just want to make piles of dough that are going to cook evenly while it's in the oven. So just continue to do this until you run out of your potato dough. And while I'm not particularly fond of the shape that it took, I'm actually going to take a fork. I'm going to smash down the centers of these, similar to what a peanut butter cookie would look like. Just because I really didn't feel like having, piles of poo. Looking Duchess potatoes. Now that we have all of the potato cookies on a pan, we're going to toss these into the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. And we're going to let those cook until they're nice and golden brown. When they're done, They should look very similar to this. They should be slightly browned on the top. If they're not, pop them back in for, you know, another 5 minutes or so. But otherwise, they're good to go. So let's go ahead and give these a try. I mean, look at them. They're nice, golden brown. They tear nicely. They're practically a cookie. Dip them in some homemade ranch. Oh my gosh, they are freaking awesome. So give them a try, guys. Let me know how you like them. Thank you for coming to the Chaos Kitchen. Like and subscribe if you want to see more, and feel free to leave suggestions, and I will definitely try them out.